Well, good morning and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Old Bloke Crypto. On June 22nd, 2024, yes, it's a weekend. I don't normally make videos on a weekend, but it's a cold, blustery, overcast, miserable day, winter day here in Australia. So I thought, what better thing to do than to make a video about making some more money on ETH. So, as usual, not financial advice, and none of my videos are. And please hit the like and subscribe buttons and the notification bell to be notified of future videos. As I say in the splash screen today, ETH trade plan for the coming week. I don't normally trade on weekends. I'll take profit with automated stops, sure, but normally don't add during the weekends. So it's the week ahead and a big week we've got coming up. So is it time to open, add, or just keep sleeping with a lot of this sideways, tightly range-bound action happening in ETH and the other blue chips? So let's get stuck into it straight away, and we'll look at this is the main chart we'll be looking at during this video. Now, this is the ETH daily chart, and you'll see here, this is the one I've had set up for many weeks now. We had a low time frame range here, 39.80 down to 36.24. It ranged there for a while, then broke through below that range, broke through below the mid-range, the high time frame mid-range at 35.45, and is now basically sitting between that and your 50 EMA as represented by this light blue line here. Currently we're sitting at 35.16. The 50 EMA is 35.08. The day hasn't closed yet. It's just about to on Saturday here in Australia, Saturday morning. And so that's where we are. And you can see there's a lot of sidewaysness at the moment, and with some wicks to the downside, which are quickly being brought up by bargain buying buyers. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, tidy up this chart, because this low time frame range is clearly no longer valid. Okay, that the price has moved away from that, and by the very nature, it's low time frame. So we'll get rid of that, clean up the chart, and see what there is another low time frame range currently falling. So you see here, I've just tidied up that and got rid of that low time frame parallel channel on the chart here. But where are we now? Where would I set the current low time frame channel? Well, the intuitive thing to do is you look at these wicks, because these wicks here are being bought up. So people are stepping in to buy up basically bargain buying prices for ETH over the longer time frame, the higher time frame. And when you see this pattern here of wicks coming to the downside below these candles and then quickly reversing to the upside, you know there's a lot of buying support down there. So to save you time here, while I draw in these channels, I've just done that when I haven't been recording, and so we're back to it now, and you can see that I've inserted those marks there now. So the bottom of these wicks, the bottom of the low time frame channel, and the top of these wicks, and also the top of this liquidity pool here, 36.72 is the top of the low time frame channel. So we've got about a $300 area where we're operating within this channel at the moment. It's enough to make money if you want to go and trade in that narrow channel, but I'm interested in the bigger fish. Thanks very much. Over the course of the weekend, I don't expect price to deviate outside of this low time frame channel. It's weekend, the institutions aren't trading, etc., etc., as you've heard me talk about before. But coming into the coming week, where could we go? Well, we've only got about 10 days now until the posited 2nd of July actual trading start on the Ethereum ETFs, which is really going to give price a boost, in my opinion. So at the very least, it's going to break out at the top of this low time frame channel and approach the yearly highs. In my opinion, it's going to test those yearly highs, just like the start of trading with the Bitcoin ETFs did. And when that happened, you saw then there was a drawback after the trading started. So the classic sell the news scenario. And as I've said repeatedly, I've got my stops, my take profit stops set at this yearly / range high at 41.02. But so in the coming week, as the momentum builds of the narrative, all the chatter about the current start of trading, I'm expecting price to move to the top of this channel and then move back into the top part of the high time frame channel. But what could we see in the meantime? Well, we could certainly see continued selling from overall market weakness, definitely to the bottom of this channel. And I have a position, and I've said it multiple times, if it gets down to 33.50, again, I will be buying for sure, possibly get down to the 200 EMA, unlikely. And as you heard me talk about before on Twitter particularly, I've been posting this week about how it's such a massive support level during a bull phase, which we've been in now for the last 8 months. And you'll see here, it's off the chart here, but price has not even touched that 200 EMA for the last 8 months. And I don't expect it to. Normally in a bull phase, you can just about guarantee that the 200 EMA is not going to be touched. It can get approached at times, but not touched. It's a tremendously powerful support during a bull phase. Now, something I don't often refer to in these videos, because I like to keep it within a time frame of under 12 minutes, is the Bitcoin dominance. So certainly, obviously, keep an eye on it. It's a very important chart, but I don't often refer to it, so I will do here today. And you can see here it's steadily declining. Now, it's a similar chart to the other charting I use on TradingView, but I won't go into great detail here, except to say that it is declining, which is great for altcoins, but it's taking its sweet time. And so I'm expecting in the coming week, certainly, as Ethereum should outperform, that Bitcoin dominance will continue to decrease, and adding to my confidence to add to any position that I was to my Ethereum position if price comes down to that 33.50 level. If it wicks down there, certainly gives me extra confidence to add to that position. When I say add, I'm talking longs, because during this bull phase, I'm not taking any shorts from now on until further advice. Now look at the ice cold funding rates: 3% Bitcoin, 3% Ethereum. A little bit warmer for Sol, but still very much in the freezer at the moment, which again is good confidence for those people wanting to take long positions, because the market is certainly not overheated, that's for sure. So you've got another tick in the box of, if you haven't already opened a position, to open that or to add to your existing. And one of my go-to charts, of course, is the liquidations, looking at the 1 week time frame here. And really, I'm looking at this 1 week time frame, particularly today, because with that 2nd of July deadline, so to speak, for the narrative, certainly for the news event of the expected launch of trading on Ethereum ETFs, this becomes particularly relevant. And you'll see here that we're currently just trading in the middle weekend, of course, range. Not doing very much, and there's a lot of liquidity still to the upside and to the downside. And you'll see those funding rates, there's not a lot coming in right now. There's people who have taken their positions and they're waiting. And so, as I said on the splash screen earlier, do you open, do you add, or do you wait? Well, for me personally, I've got my positions. I'm waiting now. The only thing I'll buy is if it gets down around that 33.50, if we see a wick down, which I don't expect anything further, certainly over the weekend. But if it comes down there, I'm going to add to my high time frame ETH position, which I've had open for many weeks now, just building. So if it comes down there around that 33.50 level, there's still plenty of liquidations that could draw it down there. That's great. But as I said, in the confluence of factors, and we always look at confluence, there is more chance of a sustained move to the upside over the next week to 10 days than the downside, which tends to be more wicks and liquidations. And as I said, there's plenty of liquidations to draw the market, make it down there, to play funny games and to liquidate these long positions. So in summary, as I said, I'm adding if it comes down to 33.50. Apart from that, I'm sitting still waiting for price to, I'm expecting it to head north next week. Now, if you remember that I've talked about this before, Mondays tend to be the fake out for the week on the traditional markets. So you tend to get the opposite signal from where the market is going. So could expect a drawdown on Monday, and then for price to move to the upside after that towards the end of the week. And then obviously the following Tuesday is D-Day as far as the expected ETF trading for Ethereum. So this is where it's up to you what you do. And I always say you do you. I do my own trades. For me, I'm sleeping at the moment on my position. I'll add to the position if it comes down to 33.50, but I'm also happy knowing that with this narrative, and the market moves in narrative, that we're likely to see a steady, sustained move and perhaps a blow off top on Ethereum back towards the yearly high, which, just to reiterate, are that 41.02 where I've got my take profit stop. So that's what I'm expecting. Certainly at the very least 36.72, the low time frame range, to break out of that into this top half of the range. But I'll be just watching and waiting and expecting this to happen as we get closer to that launch date of the ETH ETFs. So this is Old Bloke Crypto, Stay safe with your trading, and I will talk to you next time.